Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, usually joined here by Jeff Torrey. Jeff is off tonight, so I'm going to run you down the Week 9 in the NFL here, solo show. I'm going to start us off right away with Titans-Chiefs, just wrapped up here, Sunday Night Football. Chiefs win in overtime, 20-17. Titans have a good defense. They were able to, stop the Chiefs from scoring a lot of points here. Chiefs couldn't run the ball at all. So Mahomes had to keep throwing it. He threw the ball 68 times, completed 43 of them for 446 yards, but only one touchdown through the air. He did run one in, though, at 63 yards on the ground. Mahomes easily the leading rusher for the Chiefs. After that, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 4 carries for 5 yards. Pacheco, 5 carries for 5 yards. McKinnon, 3 carries for 4 yards. Ugly day on the ground, other than Mahomes for the Chiefs, but they get the win. Kelsey, 10 catches for 106. Juju Smith-Schuster, 10 catches for 88. Hardman had 6 for 79 and a touchdown. And then Kadarius Toney gets his first action here with the Chiefs, 2 catches for 12 yards. It'll be interesting to see how much more he plays with them going forward. For the Titans, they still had Malik Willis in this one, so it's tough to judge them. They played pretty well for having a rookie quarterback who definitely needs some work yet. Willis was 5 of 16 for 80 yards. Derrick Henry ran the ball 17 times, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. So good day on the ground for Derrick Henry. Next up, let's go Chargers, Falcons. Chargers win this one 20-17. Herbert throws for 245, a touchdown and a pick. Eckler runs the ball for 47 yards and a touchdown. He catches a touchdown as well and 24 yards receiving. Josh Palmer leads the way with 8 catches for 106 for the Chargers, who were without Keenan Allen, without Mike Williams. So Josh Palmer does step up and have a pretty good day. For the Falcons, Mariota, 12 for 23, 129, no touchdowns, no picks, 24 yards on the ground. So some people were using him as a streamer this week. Didn't work out very well using Mariota. On the ground, Patterson was back in this one and ran the ball 13 times for 44 yards and 2 touchdowns. So big day if you used him. But Tyler Algier had 10 carries for 99 yards to lead the way for the Falcons on the ground. There wasn't much through the air. So Pitts was 2 for 27. Algier 1 for 24. Drake London 3 for 23 today. How about Dolphins Bears? A little bit of a shootout here, 35-32 win for the Dolphins. Tua throws for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those touchdowns went to Tyreek Hill, caught one. Jalen Waddle caught one. And Jeff Wilson, the newly acquired Jeff Wilson, caught one. He was 3 for 21. So Hill was 7 for 143. Waddle 5 for 85. Jeff Wilson had 9 carries for 51 yards. Mostert 9 for 26, but he did get a touchdown, right? So Jeff Wilson, though, not a bad debut. 72 yards for his first game for the Dolphins and a touchdown. So it'll be interesting to see how they play him. But the story of the game is Justin Fields. Just a massive day for him fantasy-wise, despite the loss. Not throwing. He did have 3 touchdown passes, but he was 17 to 28, 123 yards, but 3 touchdown passes. But it was his running ability that just had a huge day. 15 carries, 178 yards, and a touchdown. Just an awesome day for Justin Fields in the fantasy category for sure. Team loses, though. Montgomery, 14 carries, 36 yards. Herbert, 7 for 23. Mooney led the way with 43 yards and 7 catches for the Bears with 1 touchdown. Cole Kmet catches 5 for 41, but 2 touchdowns. So really solid day there for Cole Kmet. Panthers, Bengals, and this one was all Joe Mixon. 5 touchdowns, 4 of them on the ground, 1 through the air. 208 total or 211 total yards for Mixon. Just a monster game for Joe Mixon. Burrow throws for 206 and a touchdown. That one obviously went to Mixon. Not much else here. Just Higgins was 7 for 60, but all Joe Mixon this one. For the Panthers, it was a very, very ugly first half. So the second half, Baker Mayfield comes in the second half, 14 to 20, 155 and 2 touchdowns. Much better second half there. Those touchdowns went to Terrace Marshall and Tremble. So Terrace Marshall, 3 for 53 in this one. Not a huge day, but like we said last week, he was starting to become more involved, and he was again in this one. So it's just he's an interesting player to watch going forward and see how much they use him. DJ Moore, who looked like he was taking a little bit of a step up again, only was 2 for 24 in this one. Lions, Packers. Lions get the win, 15-9 over the Packers. The Packers are just not good anymore. Goff for the Lions threw for 137, 2 touchdowns and a pick. His touchdowns went to the rookie, I think the rookie tight end James Mitchell, as well as Zylstra, just throwing whoever, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 for 55, led the way for the Lions there on the ground. Jamal Williams gets 24 carries for 81 yards. DeAndre Swift only had 2 carries. He did catch 3 balls for 40 yards. They're still using him in a limited role. We'll see if that steps up here. For the Packers, Rodgers throws for 291, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks, all in the red zone. Just, not good for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers actually led the team in rushing with 40 yards, which was ugly. A.J. Dillon, 11 for 34. Aaron Jones, 9 for 25. Allen Lazard did catch a touchdown, 4 catches for 87 yards to lead the way for the losing Packers. Patriots 26, Colts 3. Easy win here for the Patriots. Mac Jones throws for 147 and a touchdown. His touchdown went to Ramondre Stevenson, who had 70 total yards on the day in that touchdown. Hunter Henry had 4 catches for 50 yards. Jacoby Myers, 5 for 42 for the Patriots. They didn't have to do much. It was easy for them. Colts, there's not much here. There was no Jonathan Taylor. Sam Ellinger at quarterback. He throws for 103, no touchdowns and a pick. He led the team with rushing with 39. A lot of people use Deion Jackson in this one with Jonathan Taylor out, but Jackson goes 11 for 23. Alec Pierce had the most yards on the day receiving for the Colts, and it was 1 catch for 23 yards. Michael Pittman, 3 for 22. Paris Campbell, 2 for 15. Not good for the Colts. How about this one? Jets beat the Bills to go to 6-3. Impressive there for the Jets. Zach Wilson throws for 154 and a touchdown. His touchdown went to James Robinson, who caught 2 balls for 5 yards. On the ground, Michael Carter ran the ball 12 times for 76 yards and a touchdown. James Robinson ran it 13 times for 48 yards. Garrett Wilson led the way with 8 catches for 92 yards. For the Bills, it was not a good day for Josh Allen through the air, and attributed to the loss. Only 205 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 picks. He did run 2 touchdowns to save your fantasy day, as well as 86 yards on the ground. Devin Singletary, 8 carries, 24 yards. He had 24 yards through the air as well. Diggs, 5 for 93 for the Bills. Vikings win again here. They go to 7-1. Very impressive for the Vikings. They win 20-17 over the Commanders. Cousins throws for 265, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Dalvin Cook runs the ball 17 times for 47 yards. Justin Jefferson, 7 catches for 115 and a touchdown. Dalvin Cook also caught a touchdown as well. He had 2 catches for 90 yards. TJ Hawkinson in his first action with the Vikings, 9 catches for 70 yards. For the Commanders, Heineke throws for 149, 2 touchdowns. His touchdowns went 1 to Curtis Samuel and 1 to Dax Milne. I don't even know how to say his name. I'm not going to play him in fantasy. Brian Robinson with 13 carries for 44 yards, and Antonio Gibson 11 carries for 36 yards. Just a complete split backfield going on here. Probably not helping you at all. Terry McLaurin had 5 catches for 56 yards. How about Raiders, Jaguars? Jaguars win 27-20 in this one. Trevor Lawrence throws for 235 and a touchdown. His touchdown went to Christian Kirk, who led the way with 8 catches for 76 yards. Travis Etienne, 28 carries, 109 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. So another big day for Travis Etienne. He also caught 2 balls for 17 yards. The Raiders started off hot here with Devontae Adams with two touchdowns, but they can't finish this off. Carr throws for 259, and those 2 touchdowns, both to Devontae Adams, who had 10 catches for 146. So monster day for Adams. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 67 yards. He caught 3 for 20. He's cooled down a bit after that really hot stretch he had. Seahawks go to 6-3 with a 31-21 win over the Cardinals. Geno throws for 275 and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Ken Walker, 26 carries, 109 and 2 touchdowns. Noah Fant leads the way through the air with 5 for 96, but Lockett and Metcalf get the touchdowns. For the Cardinals, Kyler Murray throws for 175, 2 touchdowns. He led the team in rushing with 60 yards. James Conner comes back in this one, though. 7 carries, 45 yards. He was fine. He just didn't get a lot of work. Rondale Moore was the leading receiver with catches and yards, 8 for 69. Touchdowns go to Ertz and Hopkins. And finally, Rams Bucks. Bucks win with a last-second touchdown here. The 16-13. Tom Brady throws for 280 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown was to Cade Otton there at the end. On the ground, Leonard Fournette 9 for 19, Rachaad White 8 for 27. They couldn't get anything going there. And Mike Evans 5 for 40, Godwin 7 for 36. The Rams fall to 3-5 in this one. Matthew Stafford 13 of 27, 165 and a touchdown. Not very impressive at all. Darrell Henderson, 12 carries, 56 yards. Cooper Kupp did get a big touchdown to help your day in there. 8 catches, 127, and that touchdown. Allen Robinson only 3 for 24. There we go. That's going to do it for Week 9 recap. We'll be back with the mailbag on Wednesday night, so get your questions in. We'll try to help you out for week number 10. Talk to you guys next time.